As many of you know, northern Minnesota is a hot spot for Minnesota residents as well as tourists throughout the summer months. If you're an angler visiting the Bemidji area right now, chances are you will have pretty good success fishing the mini lakes. Here's fishing expert Paul Nelson with more on fishing the Bemidji area right now.
Lake Bemidji's been pretty darn good. Cass Lake is picking up a little bit. It's kind of been slow and is just getting a little bit better. Winnie has been a little bit tough this year for anglers to find those keeper size fish. They're catching more of the bigger fish, and Leech has kind of been that same way. They expanded the slot limit on Leech Lake this year up to 20 to 26 inches so that there's 2 more inches of walleyes you can keep. It used to be 18 to 26. And you know, anglers are catching those bigger fish, but sometimes it's a challenge to find the smaller ones because they're actually using different types of locations.
Now, when you are fishing and when you're guiding, what are some of the species that you're seeing more of, or what do you recommend fishing for at this time of the summer?
I guess guys get out early in the day. You know, it's kind of fun to do a multi-species thing where you hit the walleyes earlier in the day until they kind of slow down. We've been using live bait rigs with either larger minnows or leeches, or something called a slow death rig with a night crawler, which is just it's a bent hook that causes that night crawler to spin around kind of in a circle, and you actually break the night crawler into a smaller piece so the fish don't get a chance to nip the tail off. They get the hook part when they grab it. Once the walleyes slow down, then a lot of times, anglers can switch species, and I like to target perch. They're excellent to eat. When you're fishing for perch, it's usually a jig and minnow, jig and fathead minnow, and while you're targeting perch in shallow water, you almost always catch some walleyes and northerns at the same time, so you really get a mixed bag of fish. So I'll start out with walleyes and usually switch to perch, and I also have some anglers that like to go for northern pike too, and a lot of times I'll use larger sucker minnows and bobbers to target those big pike.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.